welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi, my name is Nicole and I'm a part-time reseller on Poshmark. And today I want to talk about how to determine how to rate someone on Poshmark with your, buying experience. So I see a lot of people that will rate on different things that are not fair and things that are out of our control. So I just wanted to run through on what is a fair way to rate someone and what you should be rating them based on. So if that is something that is helpful for you, if you are a buyer on Poshmark, definitely keep watching and make sure that you're subscribed so you don't miss the future reselling content that I do here on this channel. So as much as it is really nice to have, super fancy packaging and, a free gift inside or a nice thank you note inside, all of that is not really important to, package an item out and get it shipped out. So I always say to buyers that the best thing to do is just make sure that the item is in the right condition, make sure it's in the condition that the person described in the listing photos and the description, and make sure that there's no flaws that are not, noted. And also make sure that the item isn't damaged, obviously, because you don't want an item that is broken or something like that. But if the item, was just a shirt that came in like a poly mailer, but it wasn't in any plastic bag, or if it wasn't written with a thank you card or something like that, I wouldn't necessarily take off points on rating them with a love note or rating them, out of 5, because I don't think that is a necessary step. It is just an added bonus step. So for me, as long as the item is in the condition that it was given in the description and it's not damaged or anything, I will rate them a 5-star. And so I actually used to purchase on Poshmark all the time when I first started, and I purchased a shirt once, and it was a new with tag shirt that was put in a big long shoebox. And at first I was kind of like, I wanted to knock off points for the item being just thrown in a shoebox, but then I realized that it's really not a big deal because the item wasn't damaged in any way, and the item was exactly how it was described. It was new and there was no flaws at all. So I ended up just giving her a 5-star rating because I just felt like that was fair. But I know a lot of people would probably complain about that and probably would have something, negative to say. And I've also had items that were delivered to me that were not in protective, bubble wrap or tissue paper or anything like that, and that actually have affected the item. And to that, then I would, rate them a different way. But I think it's so important to make sure that you're rating them as fair as possible, because it takes a lot to be a seller and to give things out and, to ship things out. And so if you're going to knock them for any small thing, it kind of just, hurts the seller themselves, and it doesn't really feel that good to get complaints over or silly things. And the other thing that you should not be rating you should not be rating sellers based on is, one, if the box got damaged in transit, because one, that is out of our control. And so I think if the box was damaged in transit, it clearly means that it was damaged by the carrier or, the postal worker, because probably someone wouldn't have sent it out broken. So definitely don't rate based on how the box looks. As long as the item is not damaged, then the box condition doesn't matter. And also, ship time. I see a lot of people complain on ship time where they're like, oh, the seller could have improved on ship time, and then basically the seller literally sent it out the next day or the same day, and it was delivered in a couple days, but they were saying that it could have been faster. Because not every seller gets a package out every single day, and not every seller has the time to do that. So as long as they're getting it out within the 5 days that they were allotted, I think that is totally fine. I try and get mine out every single day or every other day, but I know how frustrating it is, especially with services like Amazon or other things like that, where you can get packages in 2 days. But the whole thing with Poshmark is that you don't normally get them that quickly, and that's just something you have to know shopping on Poshmark. So it would be really nice if buyers could just understand that sellers have other things going on and they probably can't get the package out the next day or the same day in most cases. And I think when a seller gets a rating that says 4-star and it says other and nothing else, it's really hard for the seller to kind of work with that and kind of understand how they can improve. So if you're going to leave other, definitely specify down below what other means, and definitely let them know, because it's so frustrating to be a seller and get that kind of review and then you not know what to do with it. And you're like, okay, well, how do I improve? What did I do wrong? Why was it a 4-star? And a lot of the times I will actually reach out if somebody gives me that rating, and then they'll just never respond. And then it's like, okay, that really doesn't help me at all. I can't work with that. So don't write other, don't do that. It's not helpful at all. And it's just more frustrating for the sellers themselves. So those are the things that as a seller are very frustrating that buyers do. So I'm hoping this goes out to anyone that is a buyer on Poshmark, that they can kind of learn from this and take these things going forward. And I think it's really nice to get a seller's perspective on things to help them kind of understand how they can go about making a purchase better and how they can, you know, give the seller a better experience. If you want to see a video on features that you should use on Poshmark, you can click right here. And if you want to see things that are killing your reselling business, you can click right here. But until next time, I will see you then.